Hello and welcome to the Daily Forex Report for September 26th. Let's jump right into what trade I'm looking for during this next session. If you look at the US Swiss, you can see that it pulled back today, came right up to the high. Actually have somewhat of a swing trade opportunity there, but it is definitely a very steep line. And the price, I believe, is cutting right through it already. So what I'm looking for during this next session is for it to break to the downside. We have some trend lines here. Basically, look for it to take out this session's low right here, today's session's low, and then look for it to come on down using the high today. It's held twice as a stop loss at about 60 pips, and looking for it to come on down to this trend line for 62 pips. So that's what I'm looking for during this next session. Stop loss at about 60 pips up from entering off of this today's previous low, and looking for it to drop down 73 pips. So you have a risk reward that's greater to 1-to-1. When you get closing down, say 30 pips, you may want to drop down to a lower time frame, see if the bars are closing lower. If it is, go ahead and move your stop loss 30 pips into profit, or 30 pips in. Then when you get 60 pips into profit, go ahead and move it to break even, and at that point you're just about 10 pips away, and you can go ahead and take profit when it hits it. Okay, well, hopefully that helps you as far as the trade goes. Let's take a look at, let's take a look at the economic calendar. What are we looking for? Economic calendar for tomorrow, we have at 8:30 a.m. Eastern the gross domestic product for July for the Canadians being released. Consensus on that is that it's dropped from 2.4% down to 2.0%. Then at 8:30, or also at 8:30, we have the consumer personal consumption expenditure core for August being released for the U.S. They're showing a hold at 1.6%. Now, as far as what I'm looking for during this next session, as far as the ranges, in the U.S.-Japanese yen pair, it closed down, moving lower. We could potentially go as high on reversal up to 77.98, possibly down to 77.28. Look for some resistance around 77.75, and look for some support around 77.25. Now, the Euro-USD pair, this pair made a new low but closed higher for the session. We are looking for it to potentially go as high as 130.16, possibly as low as 127.69. Look for some resistance around 129.50, and look for some support around 128.25. Now, the pound-US dollar pair continued or moved higher, overall moving sideways. Look for it to potentially go as high as 163.25, possibly down to 161.06. Look for some resistance around 162.75, and look for some support around 161.36. Now, the US Swiss, this pair closed down during this last session. Like I said, didn't quite make the high. It was within a couple of tenths of a pip. Look for it to potentially go as high as 0.9460, possibly down to 0.9319. Look for some resistance to the upside around 162. Resistance around 0.9418, and some support around 0.9350. Okay, well, that wraps us up for today. We are going into the weekend, so make sure to look for gaps. We know they do retrace a sizable percentage of the time. So until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.